Hey guys, welcome back to my solo progression series. In this episode, we're going to start off nice and slow with Temple of Time. So if you guys have ever played Maplestory before, you guys will know that Temple of Time is one of the longer parts of the game, only because it's just so many parts to it. It's a lot of killing and then running back and forth. If you do not have a hyper teleport rock, then I don't know what to tell you, this is going to be a pain in the ass. If you're in a regular server, this is going to take you a while. And the thing is, you have to do Temple of Time because you need it for your 5th job advancement, and you also need it for the Pink Bean pre-quest. You don't need it if you terror burned your character, so if you guys are watching and you terror burned your character with an event, you won't need to do Temple of Time, but you'll still need to do it regardless for the Pink Bean pre-quest. And Pink Bean is kind of important because it gives you the best in slot pocket item, but we'll get to that later. So you can see in the background, I'm just going through the Temple of Time pre-quests. It's quite long and boring, so I won't stay on this too long. One thing that I will mention though is that in Temple of Time, in each of the 3 sections, the monks all drop their own forms of masks. So you can see on the screen I have the pictures of the 3 masks. Make sure that you hold on to these because they do drop quite rarely, and you do need 10 of each to complete the Pink Bean pre-quest. So make sure you hold on to them. Even if you get more than 10, hold on to them and put them in your storage. So if you decide to play other characters, you'll be able to transfer this between them so you don't have to spend so much time just grinding on these mobs. So for now, let's move on to something a little bit more interesting. I won't show the rest of Temple of Time on camera because nobody wants to see that. I did take a few breaks from Temple of Time just to try some other things. So you can see on screen I actually gave a go at Easy Horntail. It took me a while to take down Easy Horntail, but it was doable. So at around level 150 with about the gear that I have, you should be able to reasonably take him down in like 10 minutes or so. Whether or not it's worth it, I'll leave it up to you. You do get a little bit of money, so if it is your first character, it can give you nice income if you can kill him. It also has a chance of dropping you his ring, his earring, and his necklace. So if you're lucky, you can get them, but I believe Easy Horntail doesn't have a very high drop rate, so don't expect it. From this point onwards in the series, just assume that I'll be doing Horntail every day and see if I can get the drop from it. I also happened to be online when the Epic Potential Scroll NPC was around in Yew Garden. You can see here I'm talking to Feng Xiao, and if you trade in 30 Yew Garden coins, you'll be able to get a 50% Epic Potential Scroll. And I put that onto my emblem, and I got pretty lucky, so I got it on my first try. I also used some spare Master Craftsman cubes on it to see if it tier up. At this point, I'm not looking for anything in particular, but any tier ups are welcome. I won't be focusing on potential anytime soon because we won't be needing damage just yet. So right now, it's just focusing on leveling up and getting gear. I also finished leveling up my smithing to level 10 so I could craft my shield. You can see on screen I just hit level 10 and I'm getting the materials to make the shield. Fun fact, at level 10, you have a 90% chance of crafting the shield, and guess who did not craft it? I actually failed the 90% craft, and I don't know what to say. I was pretty disappointed, and I got my ass back into the map to get another recipe. Thankfully, it only took about 10 minutes for me to get a second recipe to make my shield, so to any hero mains or paladin mains, I hope you guys have better luck than me. This has not been a very lucky solo progression so far. Thankfully I did get it on my second try, and then after I completed crafting the shield, I Starforced it up to level 10. Because this is going to be what I'm going to be using until the end of the series, I was happy to spend my money now to Starforce it to 10 so I can get the nice stat boost early on. Now with my shield crafted, I gave a go at another boss. This time it is Hilla. So the reason why I wanted to fight Hilla is because she drops Necromancer gear, and Necromancer gear comes with really nice bonus stats. So I talked about flames in my previous video. So if you guys want to have a more detailed video about flames and bonus stats, let me know and I'll make a video dedicated for flames, so then I don't need to keep explaining it every episode. Anyway, the gear that Hilla drops is really good because they get something called Flame Advantage, and almost all boss gear is Flame Advantaged. It gives so much extra stat that it's actually better than the Pencilier gear when you're trying to boss. So Pencilier gear is really good for training, but when it comes to bossing, these boss drops that we get from Hilla and Von Leon later on, it's just going to be better than Pencilier for our CRA run. You can see here I got a glove that had 44 main stat and 4 all stats, which is an insane amount of extra stats for basically free without star forcing at all. So if you're strong enough to kill Hilla, definitely recommend trying to kill her every day to get more equips with insane flames. By the time that I finished Temple of Time, I was level 156, Just to reiterate, I decided to do the Temple of Time at around level 150 just because it's a nice level that you can get a lot of EXP from actually doing it while you're losing brain cells. You're at a high enough level where you can actually finish the entire quest line in one sitting if you choose to. If you started doing it at level 140 when it's available, you would struggle with the later quests because you have to kill level 155s and it would just take way too long. Once I finished Temple of Time, I decided to do Commerci. Commerci is pretty important because we are aiming to get a Sweetwater weapon to use for our bossing set. It doesn't go with any of the equipment armor sets that we're going to have, and it doesn't go with the boss set, but it does come with boss damage and IED, which are two damage stats that are hard to come by. And it's mostly going to be free, we'll just need to do dailies for a while just to see if we can get the drop. But for now, I'll be doing the Commerci theme dungeon, and it's pretty straightforward. You can also get the Commerci badge if you want. Just keep in mind that to complete the Commerci badge, you do need to kind of play the system a little bit. There's a particular quest in the theme dungeon where you would have to keep doing it over and over again until you get the familiars. The quest is called Red Tide, and what you need to do is you have to kill all of the mobs except for one, and then you leave the room and then redo the quest over and over again until you get all the familiars you need from that particular quest. There's only 2 of them, and it doesn't take that long to do, so I do recommend just keep trying until you get both the familiars, and once you got both of them, you can finish the theme dungeon, no worries. Once you complete the theme dungeon, you get a 100% epic potential scroll, and I recommend using that on your secondary or emblem if you haven't already, like I did. And to wrap up this video, I want to spend the rest of the time talking about how to actually get the Sweetwater weapon. So this is going to be another daily that I'll be doing off camera, so I'll just go through this once, because the voyages aren't that interesting, and it's quite repetitive. So the way that you do it, you don't actually need to finish the theme dungeon. All you need to do is accept the quest in your light bulb called Get Rich Quick. And what this will let you do is it will let you interact with this NPC inside the building. And what she will let you do is take voyages to different towns. And basically all you do is just kill stuff on a boat. You get a few things out of this actually. You do get a nice amount of EXP. You get some money. You get a currency called dineros that I'll explain in just a sec. And you have the chance of getting the Sweetwater weapon that I mentioned earlier. Now, you can't get the weapon until you get to a route called Rosa, so you will need to keep doing this every day until you unlock the Rosa route. The reason why the route Rosa, and everything after Rosa as well, drop the Sweetwater weapon is because it spawns bosses on the voyage. When you kill the boss, you have a chance of it dropping a Sweetwater weapon, and pretty much you can keep doing this until you get the weapon that you're looking for. For me, I'm looking for a one-handed sword, so unfortunately the boss dropped me a two-handed sword, so I have to keep trying for that one-handed sword. Another thing is, if you're planning on maining this character, you will want to save up dineros and keep doing voyages until you can buy the Sweetwater accessories from the other NPC called Javid. So he's standing next to the girl in the voyage room. And ideally for your main account, you'll want to buy the Sweetwater tattoo, the Sweetwater monocle, and the Sweetwater pendant. So there's going to be a lot of Commerci you'll have to do, but it is a slow progress, so don't stress too much about it. You don't have to do this every day, and just take your time with it because you can easily burn out while doing this sort of daily. Oh, and one last thing, it turns out at around level 160, you actually have enough damage to kill Easy Von Leon if you're familiar with the mechanics. It's a bit of a drawn out fight, but it's possible. Probably not really worth doing Von Leon because Easy Von Leon doesn't really drop anything except his coins. You could use the coins to buy stuff from the shop, and it's up to you if you want to do that. But me fighting Von Leon was just to see if it was actually possible. So yeah, you guys can give it a try. You probably have enough damage to do it. You can do it for a little bit extra income. Let's do a quick recap on what we've gone through today. We went through Temple of Time, we've gone through Commerci, and we've shown that we can take on Easy Horntail, Easy Von Leon, and normal Hilla. We also added Commerci to our daily list, on top of Zachem and Yew Garden. And we are also about 160, so we are on good track on our progression. In the next episode, we have to do a few more quest lines. We'll need to do the Silent Crusade quest line, so then we can get a title that we can use that's functional. We also need to do it for the ring that comes at the end of the quest line. The Silent Crusade questline also opens up the Arcarium prequest, which we'll need to fight another one of the more important bosses later down the track. At 160, we're also able to finish the Pink Bean questline. We'll do that as well, so we can fight Pink Bean as soon as we can. We'll also mostly focus on leveling up because we've been doing a lot of pre-quests, so let's get our level up higher. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. If you guys are enjoying this content, please like, comment and subscribe for more. Let me know in the comments if you want to see any specific kind of videos, like guides or anything like that. How to upgrade your gear, how to Star Force, how to cube, all that sort of stuff. I'm happy to make videos for that as well. But yeah, thanks for watching and have a good day.